Well, good morning, Lionhearts. No point in turning this on today. Pretty much out of here right now. Well, good morning, Lionhearts. Your old pal Jordan the Lion. Well, as you know, today we are taking off for more adventures. Today's plan is we're flying to Vegas and we have a layover. And what we're hoping to do, unless something goes awry, is we're hoping to go to the Luxor. They have a Titanic exhibit with like over 200 pieces from the Titanic. So we're gonna go vlog that, go back to the airport, probably call it a day there, and then you guys will rejoin me tomorrow as we take off and fly overseas for another adventure. So this should be a fun day. I'm really glad that there was at least a couple of hours in between the layover, if I'm going to have one, that I could get away and go see something worth seeing. Apparently it's only, the Luxor is only like 8 minutes from the airport, so that should be really convenient. Alright, let's hit the road. Daze of Jordan the Lion begins now! Alright, we're heading down Melrose on our way to LAX. Alright, we just dropped off my car. Time to go to the airport. Alright, let's check it out here. Let's see, 9:15 on time. Alright, got here on time, no problems. Alright, here's our gate, let's go. Well, my flight just got delayed a little bit because they said they were having a reoccurring maintenance issue with the plane, so they wanted to take the plane to get worked on, and we're going to take the next plane that comes in, so I'll be a half an hour off schedule, but it shouldn't deter me from going to the Titanic exhibit. Alright, finally, next stop, Vegas. Briefly.
Las Vegas or wherever your travels may take you. Thank you.
We made it to Vegas. Now let's go find an Uber to take us to the Luxor. Oh, wow. What the heck? Slots anyone? Even in the airport. Alright, we made it to the Luxor. Let's go find Verne Wood. Much like I expected, it's scorching here in Vegas. These here kind of makes you feel like you're back at the Egyptian theater like we were at Cinecon this past weekend. Nice details right here before we go in too. Oh yeah, awesome. Alright, let's find this Titanic exhibit. Well, I just found my pal Verne Wood here, and unfortunately we just realized as we got to the exhibit over here that they got a big old sign that says no photography, so for I think it's like 35 bucks they're charging for the exhibit. If we can't film it, I don't know if I can, I don't know if it's worth vlogging for me. Well, as you could tell, we decided to go ahead and do the Titanic exhibit. Let's talk to Verne and see what he thought. All right, Verne. Well, we just went through the exhibit. They're not too keen on photos or anything, but what were you impressed by the exhibit? You've never actually been here before, so.
I like the part of the Titanic that was there.
Oh, the big piece?
The big piece. That was probably my favorite part of the whole thing.
And that's actually a relatively new piece they said in there. I think one of my favorites was the, as you can see right over your shoulder, they have a exact recreation of the grand staircase from the Titanic, and it was an exact replication, they said. They also had like over 300 dishes and parts to the boat, cigarettes, old slippers, various pieces, but they also had some of the, what I loved was like some of the accommodations. They showed you what the rooms in third class look like, as well as second class.
And pretty get the second class butter dish.
Oh yeah, the second class butter dish. As well as, you know what else was cool? They had a big chunk of ice to replicate what the iceberg was like, and you could put your hand on it, and it was actually cold and everything, so pretty cool exhibit. Just, I would say it's a little pricey.
Yeah, it's a little higher than it should be for what you get.
Yeah, I mean, it was like $32 per person, which is a lot, I think, especially for something that you're not allowed to take photos. They do take your photo on the grand staircase when you go in, but you have to pay for those photos if you want them, and they also have a sign on there that says you can't even take a photo of those from the screen. So, you know, I think they could have definitely done a better job with the fan experience or the visitor experience, but the exhibit itself is great. They said it's been here for 10 years and they just renewed it for another 10, so that's probably why they don't really allow too much filming or anything inside there, because they really want people to come out here, and since it's going to be here for a while, it'll give you a chance to come see it as well. So Verne and I are gonna go roam around and see what else we can see before I have to go catch a flight and take off out of here. Well, if you decide to come to the Luxor, you can meet Carrot Top. Little meet and greet opportunity. I don't care if it's a hokey front to an Asian restaurant or not. I love statues and I'll look at them anywhere they have them. Also, one of the things I just remembered that was inside the Titanic exhibit that was kind of cool is they actually, when you would walk through the exhibit, they had sections where you felt like you were walking to the staterooms. It was actually like all the doors and everything, and then there was another section where you were out on the, I guess you would say, what is that, the deck, and it made the appearance that you could see the stars and that you're, you know, reliving Titanic. But overall, I would say it's a pretty awesome experience because such a historical thing to happen. Over 1,500 people were lost or died, and this is probably the most definitive exhibit that you can go see, so it's definitely worth it. It's just, like I said, it's not the greatest for if you're going as a tourist and you want to take pictures and you really want to share it with your friends. It's just not that opportunity. We decided to stop in the food court and get a bite to eat before we have to break apart, because Verne's got to go to work and I got to catch a flight to London, and we noticed right beside the food court is a chapel if you decide to get married while you're here. Well, I opted for a foot-long Nathan's hot dog, and Verne got the chili and bacon. Yeah, believe it or not, we're still inside the casino. I know by looking at this you wouldn't think so. You'd think we entered a castle somewhere. And the Luxor is also the home of the Blue Man Group. Anytime I hear the Blue Man Group, I immediately think of Arrested Development when Tobias became a Blue Man. There's a lot of lost dreams in that water. Now I wanted to make sure I stopped by and saw this on the way out. They have this gigantic recreation of the Titanic, and one of the interesting things they had in the exhibit that I forgot to mention was that they actually have a version of the Titanic when they pulled it up, or what it would have looked like. So you could see like the big hole would have been right here, and you could see the deterioration on the deck and everything. but I couldn't get any footage of that, I'm sorry. But yeah, that was a huge boat, man. I mean, we're talking like 2,000 passengers, and it was supposed to be the most seaworthy structure ever at that time. Unsinkable, they said. Apparently, that was not the case. Take a look at this display. They have a Criss Angel Mindfreak display right here in the Luxor. As I back up, you can see it's pretty cool display. So Verne was just telling me, since he's lived out here for quite a while, he was telling me that this Luxor used to be a lot different and that they used to have like a lot of attractions in here, like rides, and he was saying they used to have a Nile River that you could like ride through.
You pay a little money, you'd ride all the way around the casino in it. Had
pretty cool.
The river and had all authentic replicas from the tombs and everything.
And now you said it's in the museum.
Yeah, donated to one of the local museums.
So maybe we'll go visit that museum next time I'm in town with Verne. We'll check that out. All right, we're gonna call it a day here. I gotta head back to the airport. Good hanging out with you, Verne. Well, this was a little bit of a fail, but I'm still glad that I stopped because I gotta hang out with Verne. I gotta see the exhibit. I just wish I could have shown you more. Now I just ordered my Lyft and we're headed back to the airport. All right, we're here. All right, gang, I'm gonna call it a day. We are gonna reconvene tomorrow from here. This is the end of Layover Las Vegas, and when you rejoin me tomorrow, we will be on our way to London, and we're gonna do some vlogging in London before heading somewhere else. Daze with Jordan the Lion. Thank you all for watching. Have a great night, and goodbye.